Good morning and welcome to day 8 of my Budapest adventure, and today is my last day, but I've still got a lot to do. Yesterday I went to St. Andre. Gosh, I'll never get the hang of these names. I think it's St. Andre. It's a town, very picturesque, a little bit north of Budapest, about half an hour on the train. Beautiful, but it did rain and I did get very wet feet. Then I went back and I had quite a long sleep. I've been doing a lot of walking while I've been in Budapest, and I think I just really needed a bit of a rest. But in the evening I then went and checked out a street food caravan and Szimpla Kert, one of the ruin bars. If you haven't watched the previous videos, please do check them out. Today I am going to Margaret Island. It's a place that I've wanted to visit. The last 2 days have been terrible rain, and I think I've just got enough time to be able to go and visit the island, check it out quickly before going back to Szimpla Kert to check out the farmers market, and then I've got to go and get my flight. It's been a fantastic time in Budapest, but it's not over. Let's go to Margaret Island. If you're in need of some nature while staying in Budapest, you could head to Margaret Island, a 2.5 kilometre long island in the middle of the Danube River between Buda and Pest. There's loads of things to see and do here, but before I show you around, there is something I need to do before I forget. As you can see, the weather is so much better today. I decided to not even wear my coat, although it is in my bag, but I am a little bit chilly, and I just remembered that I have something in my bag that might warm me up a little bit. The Palinka that I bought from the Central Market Hall. Now this brand is Bolios, I think. It was the cheapest one that I could find, so I'm sure it's not going to be very smooth tasting and probably not the best Palinka to try to see whether I really like it. But anyway, let's give it a go. This is the plum version. There were 4 other flavours, and the lady explained to me that this one is 40% alcohol, and she said that you could make it out of most fruits that you could grow in your garden. It does smell like it's going to be quite potent, but it's a nice smell. You can definitely smell the plum. Okay. Okay, it's not that bad actually. It's definitely got a bit of a kick for sure, and you can tell that it's probably a low quality one. Oh, I'm glad I tried it. Try your favourite flavour and see what you think. I've just seen on Google Maps that this is a water tower, so that must mean that when I went up to Normafa Park, that building must have been a water tower too. I think that must be an open air theatre where they can put concerts on, particularly in the summer, I guess. Nice. Margaret Island is largely car free, so renting one of these pedal cars would be a safe and fun way to explore the area. If you get hungry, there are cafes and bars and these stalls selling things like corn and pretzels. There are many different areas to look at and signs to point you in the right direction. I think I'll head to the Japanese garden. The flowers aren't in bloom yet, but it's a pretty garden with ponds, bridges, secret pathways, sculptures, and a couple of cherry blossom trees. I then head to the riverside, past the Insana Grand Spa Hotel. There are cycle and running tracks on the island, and they're very popular, well, at least on a Sunday. Margaret Island is named after the Princess Margaret of Hungary. She was a Dominican nun and she lived in a convent here. These are the ruins of the convent. There are also several playgrounds on the island and even a small zoo. I'd been told there was good street food on the island, and I found this line of bars and restaurants by the river. I didn't try them, but you can buy fast food here. It might not look much now, but there's a light and music show at this fountain between May and October. I'll have to come back. So that was Margaret Island. Beautiful place. It's huge. It took me, I think, about an hour to walk from one end to the other. So much to see and do. Really popular with cyclists. There's like a little cycle lane because the cars are limited. There is a path for runners, so very popular with runners. Lots of people just walking around, exploring the island. There's different gardens. There was a rose garden, but no roses at the moment, it's too early. There was the Japanese garden. There was even a zoo here, which had a lot of different birds, I think some goats as well. I'm not too much of a fan of zoos, and to see some of these large birds encaged, it's really not my thing, but there is a zoo. There was some different bars there. Lots and lots to do, so really nice place to come and escape the city. Okay, next I'm going to Szimpla Kert. There's a farmer's market or some kind of market in the morning on a Sunday, so I'm going to check that out, and I'm sure it will be a lot less busy than last night, so I'll be able to check out more of the art. I'm a little bit pressed for time, so I'm actually going to get a tram over to Szimpla Kert, just because it's about 45-minute walk from here. So to save time and to make sure that I can get to see it today, yeah, I'm going to get the tram. I know I keep going on about it, but don't forget to validate. And we're back on the street with Street Food Caravan and Szimpla Kert. Before I go into Szimpla Kert, I want to check out the shop next door. So tempted. On to Szimpla Kert, the most famous ruin bar in Budapest, and I first want to check out all the art. Along with being a normal bar, Szimpla Kert holds a farmers market every Sunday between 9 and 2. You can buy meat, eggs, vegetables, tea, lavender, jams and sauces, honey, bread and pastries, dips and alcohol, cheese, and a whole lot of other stuff. There's so many stalls, I really recommend coming and checking it out. That was so cool. And I really recommend going in the daytime because you get to see a lot more of the artwork. It looked like they open from 3 o'clock on normal days, but on Sunday they have that farmers market. And that was so cool as well. Local products, there was cheese, there was bread, there was meat, there was eggs. There was this like pate or spread that you can put over crackers or bread. Oh, lavender, there was so much there. They did have a stall there which is for charity. It's to feed the elderly. And they had a couple of different stews going on and a load of different cakes. I went for this banana bread. The price was 400 forint, but I didn't have change, and I thought, well, it's going to the charity anyway, so I paid 1,000, and it is really good. So nice. I also went to the shop outside of Szimpla Kert and I got a postcard. I'd almost forgotten about it. I saw one that was 790, so a little bit more expensive than what I have been seeing around. I've seen them for like 400, €1. But I'm happy with the design. He did warn me that it is AI designed. They have put several different landmarks into that one. Let me get it. Several different landmarks into the one image. I ummed and ahed because I think, yeah, it's a crazy tool, but I don't want human art to be replaced. And also nowadays, how do you know what's real and what's not? That is the chosen Budapest postcard. We've got Parliament in there, we've got Schengen Bridge, there's a boat, and I love how there were leaves all around because this really reminds me of all the nature that I've seen as well while I've been in Budapest. They also had this really cool design. It was just completely dark grey and it had every single bridge that was in Budapest, and I love that design. But in the end, this one spoke to me just a little bit more. So I've done everything that I want to do, and now I'm going to have to go back to the hostel, get my bag, and then head to the airport. Sad times, my Budapest adventure is coming to an end, but I've had a fabulous time. Time to go. You can pay 2,200 forint for the 100E express bus to the airport, but I'm going to use 2 single tickets instead and take 2 different types of transport. I'd originally bought a block of 10 tickets for 4,000 forint when I first arrived in Budapest. Those tickets almost lasted me for the week because Budapest is so easily explored by foot, but I need to buy one more to get me to the airport because I got that tram earlier. Okay, ticket bought, I've got my backpack, now I need to find the metro, and that's quite easy in the underground passages like this because there's signs. M3 is what I'm looking for. I'm first taking the metro M3 line to Kobania Kispest metro station. And don't forget to validate your ticket. Just missed it. When I got to Kobania Kispest metro station, I needed to find my bus to the airport. I'm looking for the 200E bus. It's easy to find, just follow the signs. The metro journey took about 20 minutes and the bus journey took about 25 minutes.
Next stop is Budapest International Airport, Terminal 2, where this bus terminates. Please use the rear doors for getting off. Once you exit the bus, Terminal 2A will be on your right, while Terminal 2B will be on your left.
Oh my god. Okay, I just arrived at the airport and I can't believe what I've just seen. It's another Kolodko! I didn't even know that there was one here. The guide Robert said that there was some out of town, but I didn't know that there was one in the airport. I think I'm so used to scanning everywhere looking for these Kolodko that it just, it shone brightly. And it says list, and this is the name of the airport here, so this must be what the airport is named, who the airport is named after. So cool! So I did make it to 37 in the end. Whoop. There he is, the guy that the airport's named after. This is a pretty nice airport. There's a pretty big duty-free shop. Lots of seating and information boards. A shop for souvenirs, just in case you forgot to buy any. Some cycle-powered charging stations. A few put your feet up style seats. And my favourite, something I've never seen before, a silent booth. Wow, it's actually really silent in here. It's incredible. I've never seen one of these in an airport before. Silent booth. And there are plenty of signs directing you where to go. It was a really nice airport. I liked it. And that is the end of my Budapest adventure. Thanks for watching. And that is the end of day 8. In total, I spent 2,240 forint, and my favourite memory was starting this postcard tradition and looking at the art in Szimpla Kert. And that also means that it's the end of my trip. In total, I spent 98,938 forint, and that includes everything except from flights and insurance, because that will vary person to person. Not bad for 7 nights, 8 days. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series, and please do like and subscribe. I'm heading to a new location now, so I'll see you in the next one. And don't forget to see, do, feel.